When did you decide that Deel was what you wanted to spend the next 10, 15 years of your life on?
Yeah, I mean, the quick background on myself and Shuo, and you should talk to her at some point, is we're both international people. I grew up in France, she grew up in China, moved to the US, and I lived in Israel and a few other places. We met back at MIT and we kind of diverged. She went and built a company that eventually was acquired by iRobots and then Amazon. I went to start a PhD in the UK, actually. It was a great experience, but, it wasn't really for me. So I started building companies. And, throughout my whole career, I kind of had the luxury to meet amazing people from all over the world, right? And clearly saw that where you're from definitely impacts the type of opportunities you have. Like, you created your own opportunities. But if you would have been in the Bay Area, it would have maybe been a little easier even for you, right? So,
yeah, and still, I still had access to computers because of my schooling in the UK. If I was at poorer countries and educated in poorer countries, I wouldn't have had that. So totally.
For sure. So the idea of, when we started our first companies, first I couldn't afford engineers in Israel because they're so bloody expensive, right? So I had to find amazing people in locations where I could actually be able to pay the bills at the end of the month and, hired a few people in the Ukraine, in Serbia, in the UK. And actually, most of them are still at Deel today, right? For the iterations of companies that we built together. But yeah, for me, it was kind of always obvious, like, the world is a very big place. It's all about working with the best people wherever they are rather than being limited to a 30 miles radius. And that's really what Deel is all about, right? Like helping you go global.
I totally agree with you. I mentioned to you before the show, we have people in South Korea and Colombia and use Deel for 20 VC.
Yeah.